Welcome to Falle Engineering video series. Let's get started.
We got them on the run. We got them on the run.
Howdy, I'm David, Falle Engineering. Let's get started. Today, I was in getting my car repaired. Not repaired, serviced. And at this dealership, they spend a lot of money on doors and all these really cool things. And a lot of dealerships do in their service department. And I told the service advisor, you know you have rats. He laughed. I said, okay. So I walked to the back of the shop where I knew they were going to be anyway. Reached down, pointed to him. He said, damn, this is the picture. All right, so I have an appointment with them to maybe put our system in there. Now, let me explain why auto service centers have a hard problem. Okay, auto service center. Auto service centers have a couple unique things about them. Let's take the Mercedes dealerships that I was at. All right, so what they have usually is they have an area where they work on cars, and in some cases there's another area in the back. Okay, this particular service center, and also garages, malls, sports arenas have the same thing. They have underground parking. In this case, they wash cars there. They also have a staircase that goes up to the next floor. And in some cases of the big dealerships, they have the staircase goes all the way up the floor to the second floor, to the third floor, from the second floor. Okay. Now, when you pull up to a service center, in a lot of service centers, you'll see when they'll have the hood of the car up. When you pull in to the service center, there are huge doors, usually. And there's a lane here where you park your car. This is your car. And it's not a plug, it's a car. Put your car here, and you see cars lined up. Okay, now, as you look at these cars, you'll realize something very interesting about these cars. They come from pretty wealthy areas, or they come from poor areas. Doesn't matter. A percentage, I would say probably 15% of these cars more than likely has a rat or a mouse in it. But I know you may argue with me, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it down to 1%. In fact, I'll even do you better. I'll put it down to 0.01% of cars have rats in them. Let's say that. Well, 0.01 is still 250,000 cars. In any given area. So, the doors are open in the dealership. They're open here because they don't have our system here. There are side doors here that people come in and out. There's side doors here. There's another door there's a door by the staircase. There's a door downstairs. There's a door going to the roof. There's a door going out of the upstairs that has a little crack at the bottom. That's open on the top story. Rats aren't really going to go on the top stories because of birds. That's a bird. All right, but they will go up there at night. So, also, this particular dealership and a lot of dealerships have little food areas, and they have a food area in the service area, and they also have a little food area in sales. They also have desks, offices, and so on and so forth. Where there's an ass, where there's a sandwich, there's a rat. Guarantee it. And once again, they have ceilings. Remember talking about these ceilings? They are rat havens. Up to the point I've said it so many times now, it's what it is. So, also here, they have a huge opening here. I would say that opening is probably 15 feet high by 35 feet across. Just a guess. And there's no door there. It's open all the time. Also, they wash the cars here all the time. If you look at this picture here, you'll see where the dealership is butt up against a highway. It's butt up against the highway. And on the other side of the highway is all green spaces. And these green spaces go for miles all the way down to Malibu. Let's make it green. This is a tree. And this is grass. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of Andy Warhol today, aren't I? All right. So green space, you have green spaces, you have open areas, you have 3 acres, 2 acres of land sitting there doing nothing. There's cars parked all around to give rats shade. There's freeways nearby, there's food, there's restaurants nearby. Everything is by there in the middle of nowhere. Usually not in the middle of the city, but in the city it's actually worse because there's even more coverage where there's buildings nearby. And you can see the rat flow. And watch the video on cities. You'll see how that works. Watch the video on restaurants. You'll see how this food makes a difference. These rats will get into people's cars. And a percentage of these cars will go home with rats in them. On their way out, they will go home, so we're going to call it a rat car. They're going to go home with rats in them. Now you may think to yourself, how's this possible? Rats have evolved to live with us. Rats have evolved to understand what we're doing, where we're going. If you're not sure, look at my video on yachts. They travel in yachts, they travel in planes, and they travel in railroad cars. They know the routes, they got it. That's what they do. So a percentage of these people are taking rats home. You may end up having a rat in your car, inside your garage, because the dealership did not use a system to protect you. And you won't know it, you won't know where it came from, but you'll see a rat. And the rat in your garage is another way. So think about it this way. The rat, the dealership's here, your house is here. All of a sudden you have a rat. You don't know why. You did everything right, but you open the garage door and you let them in. You open the garage door and you let them in. Now you have a rat in your house. So the only thing the rat has to do now is walk around the whole entire garage and then it will smell the drywall. And when it smells the drywall, it's going to smell fresh air at some point. Crack outside, it's going to cut through that drywall. It'll go through the stucco, or it'll go up to the top of the top of the wall, and they go out the top of the eave area, or they'll crawl up. They'll crawl into a pipe somewhere. They will get out eventually because they're hungry and they get out. Once they get out, they know how to get in. Now you have a new rat colony. Only thing that rat needs is only thing that male or female needs is one rat that's female and one rat that's male. That's all they need. You will end up with 1,500 rats in your area within 13 to 15 calendar months. All because your dealership didn't take care of you. They took care of the rats. Once again, thank you for your time. If you have any questions, give us a call. We're always available to answer questions. We like answering questions. If we're not in, leave a message or send us an email. We will get back to you. I believe in returning calls. Oh, and there's one more thing. When you deal with our company, all your information is encrypted. It is on a standalone computer that's air-gapped from the internet. When I was in the military, had a top secret clearance. At one time, GPS, which you take for granted now, in the 80s, you had to have a top secret clearance to even understand what GPS was. And I worked on those units in the military. So we don't ask for referrals. We don't sell your information. We don't bug you. We don't tell people what you have and what you don't have. It's none of their business. It's all confidential. That's how we deal. Once again, David, Falle Engineering, thank you for your time.
I need you desperately. You know you want me. I need you in my world. You need to hear this from me. I need you desperately.